All right, hello. This is L2N Gaming. Did y'all enjoy the Super Bowl last night? I'm gonna be truly honest. I didn't watch as much. I watched the first half. Look, man, my attention was just to watch the halftime show. I did see the first half of the game. Didn't really watch the second half because I thought that, hey, Philadelphia got in the bag, and they did. I think they won 40-22. See, I don't even know the score. I just, but let's talk about the first half. This was dominating. They had a dominating first half. If you want to beat the Chiefs, you got to overwhelm them, and they did. Um, my keys of the game for the Eagles was one, run Barkley run. I thought they had to establish the run, but hey man, they at least established the presence of Barkley. And the second keys for the Eagles was, can Jalen Hurts have a great performance? Can he repeat what he did in the first matchup against the Chiefs? I thought that was, like, for me, the wild card of this whole game plan for the Eagles. If Jalen Hurts can have a flawless game, then this could be trouble for the Chiefs, because now you got a good running game to complement Jalen Hurts. And then the third keys were, put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Don't let him be on the field, and they killed that. That was my keys for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they hey man, I mean, I wish I had they made a preview to it, but you know how it is. I didn't feel like doing one, especially with my PS4 dying on me, which I will talk about with the channel update later on in this video. But yeah, dude, Patrick Mahomes was getting cooked out there. That's how you. I hope this is the formula that at least the Steelers will use, right, or any other team. If you're going to beat the Chiefs, you're going to have to put pressure on Patrick Mahomes. Plain and simple. If you can't do it, you let Patrick Mahomes do his thing out there, do his magic out there. You're in a rough time. And if you let the game get close, that's when you really in bad trouble with the Chiefs. So my keys for the Chiefs were, hey, let Patrick Mahomes do his thing, and for the defense to, bend don't break. Dude, the defense, they were getting bad. They were getting cooked out there too. It was ugly. I thought that Philadelphia was going to have some success against the defense, but if the defense can keep the game close, if Patrick Mahomes was struggling towards the end, if the game was close, if the game was down the line, and if the Chiefs had the ball at the end, they were going to win it. Because Patrick Mahomes, I thought that he was going to work his magic, and it was going to be all over, just like what he did in the first matchup against the Eagles. So, Philadelphia did their job. They checked off everything I said what they needed to do, and that's a wrap. Wish I had made a preview on it, but I didn't. But yeah, man. But anyway, I thought the halftime show was great. The presentation was good. Kitchen Mar just did his thing, and that hey Drake at the end, it was just menacing. Like, he was just seething to get that out throughout the whole performance. And they were teasing. He was teasing not like us throughout the whole performance. I thought Samuel Jackson added in a good reputation of, how I guess corporate America is wanting him to not speak about the culture, and just focus on making people dance or making people like basically like how Drake is. So Kendrick Lamar, he killed it, man. I enjoyed it. I know there's a lot of people who calling this the worst performance ever. I'm like, man, okay, whatever. If you saying it's the worst, I know pretty sure everybody watched it. But we'll see what the numbers is later on with the Super Bowl. I thought it was good. I liked it. I enjoyed it. That's the only thing that matters. And that's the way things should be, not only in this platform, but any platform. Like, why judge your likeness on other people's opinions? Like, you have your own opinions. You know what you like, you don't like. If you like it, dude, enjoy it. That's what it is. That's with gaming, movies, hobbies, and everything. Why you have to judge your metrics on how this other person feels about it? Like, why base like your judgment on a game on this other person from this other person? Like, why are you gonna let this other guy tell you, oh well, this game's bad, you shouldn't play it? Like, no, you play the game. You see if you like it or not. If you like it, enjoy it. That's all it is to it. Like, dude, and especially in game, it's getting real bad because we letting other folks. I'm not gonna even say or mention these group of people's names, okay? But these groups of people is telling how characters supposed to look in the game, how women should be having big boobs in games. Like, these group of people are telling developers, hey, don't let the other side tell you how to make your games. I mean, but are you basically being a hypocrite by telling the bells what you want in the game? Like, you see the hypocrisy there? It's like, but anyway, I don't want to talk about that. Let's move on to other things. Let's talk about a little bit of basketball, man. So, where do I start? So, Anthony Davis had his debut for the Mavericks, and he had a killer first half. I thought that, wow, I'm like, if this is how the Mavericks are going to be like in the playoffs, like, they're going to be a very dangerous team because, hey, defense do win championships. It does, but offense can get you halfway through it as well. It's half and half. Good defense, good offense. You got both of those, then you're going to do well. Not just about defense. But the way Anthony Davis played, he was dominating. And then in the second half, he gets hurt again. Somewhere within the abdominal strain. Turns out it was one of his abductors. And man, he's going to be out for multiple weeks. And that's always been my main concern about Anthony Davis. He's on the court and he is on it. He can be a force to be reckoned with. Still is. Like, when he plays like he's a top 5 basketball player, dude, this is 20, 5 blocks, 3 steals. That's the Anthony Davis that you want. A 20-20 guy. A 40-20 guy. If he can go out there and dominate. And then he has these moments where 13 points, 13 rebounds, and it's like, dude, like you should be dominating. Like what's going on? You should be a 30, 15 guy every night. But you have his moments where you look at and you're like, what? And then injury prone. He is very, very, very injury prone, which drove me nuts. It's like every time he falls, I had a heart attack. Like, is he gonna be all right? Is he gonna? I mean, he of all the big men that I have watched throughout my years, this guy just falls. He at least falls like 2 or 3 times in the game. I like Anthony Davis, man. I think that he's a very solid all-star player. But you get a player that's injury prone. And that's the way it is, man. He's going to be out for multiple weeks, and I feel bad for him. I feel bad for Dallas Mavericks fans who's trying to heal after losing Luka. And man, oof. But anyway, let's move on to the Lakers now. So, look, the Lakers needed a center, and Horns approached them about a center that they had, Mark Williams. And look, I thought that the Lakers gave up a lot to get Mark Williams, but it shows like, hey man, we need to win. Luka and LeBron really want a center that has a lob, a danger to him when it comes to lobbing or playing a pick and roll, right? And there's not a lot of centers that's out there right now. So I don't know who approached who. But anyway, so they made a trade for Mark Williams. The Lakers had to trade Dalton Connect, who I really liked, Cam Reddish, and 2 first-round draft picks. I thought that was a lot, but it just shows like, hey, the Lakers want a center that could be their centerpiece for the next 10 years, right? So here I am. I'm waiting for the trade to be finalized, right? So Friday, I'm thinking like, okay, it should be finalized by now. I mean, Charlotte had that game Friday night, and Dr. Connect couldn't play, or didn't play, or wasn't available because the trade was still pending. I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird, They made a trade Thursday, and it's still pending on Friday. It should be finalized already, I thought. Okay, Saturday goes through. The Lakers had their game against the Pacers. Great game, by the way, for Austin Reeves. 40-plus points, which, man, y'all really wanted to trade him? Lakers fans? Some of y'all, like, really? But anyway. So Mark Williams didn't play in that game. So I'm like, okay, this is kind of weird now. Okay, maybe they're going to wait to play him on Monday. That's what I thought. Then hours later, so I went online to like check out the news about it. I'm like, this is kind of weird. And then I turned out that the Lakers decided to revoke the trade. And I was like, damn, the Lakers really needed a center, right? And they couldn't do it. Mark Williams failed the Lakers wasn't satisfied with his physical. And they decided, hey, we can't take him. Give our picks back, give us Dalton Connect back, and get us Karen Reddish back. And that is that. And now I hope they're scrambling around trying to find a center as we speak. Right now, 10 a.m. Central on a Monday. I hope they are trying to find a center right now. So, now the Lakers' playoff chances is looking very bleak. I mean, before the trade happened with Mark Williams, I thought that, hey, y'all need to go get a center. You don't have Anthony Davis no more. You got to go get a center. And because, man, we are looking very, very small. They only got Jackson Hayes, and then they got whoever backing him up. Christian Wood is not out there right now, but this is not what they need. They wanted a real lob threat center. And somebody who could play defense. Or somebody who could clog up the paint. And Mark Williams was 7'2". So now, they are in a pickle right now. They gotta go get a center. It doesn't matter. Go look into Dwight Howard. Go look into JaVale McGee. Hope that maybe that's a center out there that's on the team that wants to get bought off to join the Lakers. Someone. I mean, but let's be honest. There's not a lot of centers out there right now. And plus, the simple fact that they're on the edge of the second apron, they got limitations. Like there's a limitation where you can't sign if you're on towards the. It's kind of confusing. There's the first apron and there's the second apron, and they all on the first apron, I think. It's so confusing. You gotta check it out yourself. But they're on the verge. They don't want to be in the second apron. Put it like that. Okay, and they are 1.6 million below the second apron. And the limitations is you can't do a ELE, a MLE on players that make over 12.9 million. So if, for example, perfect example, Laker fans wanted Dennis Schroeder to be on the team. Hey, go get Dennis Schroeder. Trade for him. Well, he got bought off. Go get him or whatever. Well, you can't get him because he makes over 12.9 million. So you can't get him because you're in that threshold. You can't get those players. They made over that much amount of money. You got to get players that makes under 12.9. Right? And you don't want to get a player that doesn't have an aspiring contract either. So basically, you're just fucked for this season. You're going to have to play small ball. And Lakers been playing it well, but what's going to happen when you play against the Denver Nuggets? What's happened when you play against the Dallas Mavericks and you have Anthony Davis? The Lakers, if you've been paying attention, Laker fans, Lakers don't do well when they play against teams with players that are long and lengthy. Right? So, man, they got a lot of things. They got to get a center. That's the number one goal. Get a center. He's not gonna be great like Mark Williams should be with his height. But they got to find somebody because, hey man, Jackson Hayes, I mean, he's okay. Just that you're gonna let Jackson Hayes play 30 minutes. He's a backup. Christian Wood still hurt. Tristan Koloko, or whatever his name is, come on now. I mean, we got Luka Magic, but how much magic he got in his hat? Not a lot. So they got a lot of things to look at. So that's it. Now, so the trade deadline was actually pretty damn good. It was fun after Luka and Anthony Davis trade. Uh, Kyle Kuzma goes to Milwaukee. Jimmy Butler goes to Golden State. Uh, De'Aaron Fox, Spurs. It was a very interesting trade deadline. Okay, let's move on to a channel update. So, as you know, I made a post a couple of days ago talking about how my PS4 had died, which I thought it did. You know, bitter about it, I decided, hey, let me go turn it on for one more time, and eventually it played. Somehow I was able to put it in safe mode. I did all the, what you might call it, rebuilding database, and updated it, and everything was fine, right? So the next day, I try to turn it on, and it does it again. And I'm thinking, like, why is this thing just turning off? Like, I looked online, didn't really get the answer online. It's not overheating. It won't turn on. And like, you turn it on and then it cuts right back off. Then I was like asking myself, is it the storage? Is there too much storage on, like, used right now? Like, do I need to clear a space? Well, the system did it on its own by deleting all of my save gameplay clips from Destiny 2. Just mysteriously going away from it as I drop everything I had on my table. So, man, as far as content goes, Destiny 2, I'm at to start from scratch again. All of my clips from these past seasons, from Season of the Witch, which I was going to work on, and Season of the Wish, and then you got the new seasons with I can't think of the name right now. Not Hearsay. What was the one before that? But anyway, I can't think of the last two past seasons that passed before Hearsay. So I'm going to have to start from scratch. So I don't know when the next video from Destiny 2 is going to be. Like I said, Call of Duty, I'm not going to play that at the moment. Look, guys, I don't like what people are doing, or what the developers, what the direction they're going in, basically. Okay, you got everybody using the slide canceling and all that, and I refuse to play that way. I refuse to use a mechanic in a game that's an exploit. I'm sorry, it is. It's an exploit. It's a mechanic in the game that is heavily used. It's either make or break. If you don't use it, you're toast. You have to use it. When you head in the corner, you're going to have to slide. And people are way, are great at it. Right? You come out the corner, and then all of a sudden, you're standing there. I guess you're camping, and this guy come in sliding and shoot you, and you're dead. It come across where other things are not valuable. You can't jump. Like, you can't, there's not a lot of strategy that you can do with this, right? You feel what I'm saying? It's like they made sliding a crutch in the game. If you don't use it, you're toast. You got no choice but to use that. It's like using the same play in Madden that's broken. Like no matter what you do, just run that play and you're good. Or like your own defense and you line your players in a certain spot because just basically exploits. Like it's crazy, man. Like, and I don't see how the developers doesn't see that. Well, it's just skill issue. Well, I think it's a skill exploit issue. It's too much of a clutch. Now, I'm hearing rumors that they might nerf it just a little bit, but I think it needs to be nerfed a lot. It's getting out of hand, man. And this is why, for me, I don't play Call of Duty. I don't like the direction they're going in. I don't feel like slide cancel should be sliding is just too much. Slide cancel fine. I just feel like it's an exploit. You can't change my mind on that. Like, and I'm not saying to get rid of it. I just think it needs to be toned down. Too much of a clutch. This is what all people use. It's stupid. It's like, go watch the game. Go watch how people online are playing. What are they doing before the game starts? Right? Everybody's standing around. Right? Okay, when it's time to move, what are they doing mostly? Run, slide. It's weird. It's like come on. Like, it's just, I don't know. It irks me the wrong kind of way. Like, when I see that. Yeah, I get it. You don't want Call of Duty to be realistic, but goddamn, dude. Like, come on. This is too much. So, they need to nerf it. I think they should nerf it big time. I mean, they should really nerf. At least slow down the sliding, at least. Make it where it's still viable to an extent, but there is a penalty if you slide. Like, the time should the how can I say it? Like, the time of the slide is lengthened just a little bit, where there's no recovery. When you slide, you slide. There's no slide cancel out of it. Just a little bit. And that's my opinion, man. Like this, like I said, this is ridiculous, man. This is why I don't play Call of Duty. Plus, I mean, when I do play a Call of Duty, I mean, I only get like 4 or 5 views on it anyway. So, so what's the point? I get more views than on Destiny 2 than I did Call of Duty. So, hey, that's that. Is there anything else I want to talk about? No, I think that's it, man. So I'm gonna let y'all go. Thank you for tuning in the video. If you liked the video, please give me a like. Oh, well, one more thing. Isn't it funny that Kenny Pickett gets a ring now? Ugh. But anyway, like you like, dislike you dislike. Damn, man. Kenny Pickett gets a ring. And I guess I'll see you guys next time.